This is Story Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a drama sci-fi thriller film called The Circle. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. May Holland drives home from work when her car's engine starts malfunctioning. She calls her friend, Mercer, to help her fix it since she doesn't have enough money for AAA. After he fixes her engine, she hurriedly leaves but promises to hang out with him on another day. Hearing that Mercer helped her, May's parents, Vinny and Bonnie, express their approval for Mercer. May, however, denies being interested in him that way. May is disappointed to learn that their health insurance won't cover the medicine for her father, who has multiple sclerosis. While at work, May receives a call from her friend, Annie. Annie announces that she got May a job interview in The Circle, a tech and social media company. May is thrilled and drives to The Circle the following day. During her interview, May is challenged into a series of quick questions, the last being her greatest fear. She answers that it's unfulfilled potential. After landing the job, Annie happily gives her a tour of the company grounds, which includes various amenities like gym, daycare, farm, and clinic. Upon riding the elevator, the screen behind them starts showing childhood pictures of Annie and May. Annie explains that the sensors read their ID to give them a personal greeting. May then begins her training. She's given tips on getting high customer ratings, but struggles to get her ratings up during her first week. May fears getting fired if she doesn't improve, but Annie assures her that her ratings are good. They attend a company meeting with the CEO, Eamon Bailey, who greets the new employees. Bailey talks about his surfing experience and how he struggled to contact several people to find out how the waves were before going to the beach. After the internet was invented, some people set up cameras near the beach so people could check the waves online, but the video quality was poor. He introduces the Circle's new innovation, the Sea Change, a small wireless camera that provides real-time, high-quality video that tracks analytics such as traffic volume and weather patterns. Bailey's team has set up the same cameras all over the globe. Setting up these cameras undetected will allow human rights activists to gather evidence against tyrants. He ends the presentation by saying that knowing is good, but knowing everything is better. After the presentation, the employees attend a concert funded by the company. While at the concert, May asks what Bailey is really like. To answer her question, Annie gives her a quick tour of Bailey's office. While there, Annie realizes that she's late for her business trip, so she leaves May to wander alone. While heading back to the party, she spots a man standing alone and strikes a conversation with him. He asks her what she thinks of the company so far, and May answers that she's excited. The man laughs, commenting how everyone is just excited to work there. May clarifies that she's just grateful, especially after leaving her previous job that involved talking to angry people. The man leaves after getting a call, and May realizes that she didn't get his name. The next day, her parents throw a party and express their enthusiasm about May's new job. Upon seeing Mercer nearby, Vinny asks May for another beer, so she bumps into him. May invites Mercer to visit her in the Circle, but he's not as ecstatic about the company as the others. He's skeptical over social media and brings up the news that a senator intends to break up the company. May laughs at his comments and leaves. After getting back to her parents, Vinny starts not feeling well. Her parents refuse May's help and only ask her to excuse Vinny's absence from everyone. Later, May takes a kayak to the lake to calm her thoughts, but breaks down in tears over her father's condition. Days later, the Circle's offices are littered with Sea Change cameras. May watches a report on how Senator Williamson accuses the Circle of violating the antitrust laws. Her coworkers, Gina and Matt, approach her to encourage her about setting up her company's social account. They compliment how she has unlimited potential while being shrouded in mystery, which makes May feel awkward. They comment on how May wasn't on company grounds over the weekend to enjoy the other amenities, and she excuses that her father had an episode. The two start poking into the details and become increasingly curious about her activities. Gina highlights that May doesn't post her interest on social media, which she deems as a sign of low self-worth. They push her into activating her social account and participating in more company activities. Driven to a corner, May sets up her account, which helps her feel more connected with her coworkers. After a month, her rating has improved, yet she hasn't visited her parents since. Bonnie shares how Vinny fell the other day, but Mercer helped them out. She apologizes for not being there for them. From the video call, May notices Mercer's antler chandelier hanging over their dining table. May posts about the chandelier on her social account. Later that day, Annie takes May to the clinic, where she's given a media band that reads and records her health. Annie suggests adding May's parents to the company health plan to help with her father's condition. May shares the great news with her parents and thanks Annie for helping her. In the late afternoon, the two attend a talk with the Circle's COO, Tom Stenton, who's advocating transparency and highlights how the government isn't open to their people. He claims that this is why the Congress's approval rating is down, and Senator Williamson is currently under investigation for her involvement in sketchy businesses. Stenton introduces Congresswoman Olivia Santos, who supports the Circle's advocacy for openness. To prove her loyalty to the cause, she announces that all her meetings, phone calls, and emails will be accessible to the public. That evening, May mingles with her coworkers from the biometric department, who's working on a child tracking software installed into the child's bone. May laughs at the notion, only to find out that it's real. Feeling awkward, May excuses herself and heads to the bar. Despite people taking notice of her, May feels out of place. She spots the man from the first party and approaches him. The man asks her about her thoughts on Santos's announcement. When May starts complimenting it, he urges her to actually say what she thinks. May sighs, confessing that she thinks it's too much. She wonders where all the data will go, so he takes her to a restricted area and shows her the servers that store Santos's data. They then head to an abandoned subway line that the Circle will be using to store more servers. He explains that the Circle intends to record everyone's movements and data for the company to study and monetize. May urges that they use the services voluntarily and that it's convenient. The man finally reveals that he's Ty Lafitte, the creator of the social media site called True You. Ty has been keeping a low profile to move freely and avoid Stenton and Bailey. During their first encounter, Ty already decided to trust May, as she reminded him of himself. In a hushed voice, Ty stresses that the Circle needs to change, while May believes that the Circle is uniting the world. Ty sees that it's invading privacy to gain wealth and control. He asks her to keep their encounter a secret before leaving. The next day, Mercer visits May in the Circle. Mercer reveals that May's post about his chandelier has caused people to accuse him of killing deer, leading to a campaign to shut his business down. He also received death threats. May apologizes and promises to fix it. While Mercer disagrees about her actions, onlookers start recording their argument and taunting Mercer. Mercer sees that May has changed from the brave and adventurous girl he knew, so he storms out. Because of this, May drives late at night and breaks into the kayak rental store to clear her head. She rows in the middle of the night, but the waves suddenly get too rough, and the night becomes darker. May struggles to row back to shore and ends up running into a speedboat. This throws her off the kayak and she desperately tries to climb back up. A helicopter finds her and rescues her. While safe on the shore, the rescuers tell May that someone called for help when they saw her through the sea change cameras. The following day, Bailey and Stenton personally talk to May about the event. Thinking that she's about to get fired, May apologizes for her actions, but Bailey brushes off her concerns. Her accident had convinced many people how sea change is necessary. Bailey laughs after revealing he knew she's been in his office before, then asks how she feels about him knowing. May admits that she's relieved. Bailey believes that humans can realize their potential when they're free from secrets. Days later, Bailey interviews May during a company meeting. On stage, May recounts how she committed a crime by taking the kayak. Bailey asks May if she behaves better when watched, and she agrees. The audience loves May, but Annie watches her with sullen eyes. She advocates that secrets are lies, and that people do worse when they believe they can't be held accountable. Bailey mentions his son, who was born with cerebral palsy and uses a wheelchair. With his condition, his son is limited to experiencing life through pictures and videos. May adds that it's wrong how some people are deprived of human experiences. She announces that she'll be going fully transparent and wearing a modified sea change camera to share all her experience with the world. The audience applauds and celebrates May. 3 weeks later, May wakes up and sees that she already has over 2 million viewers. She answers a video call with her parents before heading to work. May has gotten used to all the attention and has become more social with her coworkers and audience. After work, she checks in on her parents and accidentally sees them having an intimate moment. As she's still wearing the camera, her viewers also see this. When people start commenting about her parents' intimate moment, May is visibly concerned. Before going to bed, she sees that her parents have disabled their cameras, preventing her from checking on them. Days later, May spots Annie and chases after her, but Annie ignores her. After chasing her into the building, Annie finally turns. To prevent their conversation from being broadcast, they hide in the bathroom. Annie feigns support, but her voice cracks. May tries to cheer her up, expressing her concern, but Annie remains sarcastic over her comments. Annie asks about her parents, whom she's genuinely concerned about. May admits that they haven't talked to her since the incident. Annie finally admits that she's overworked and that Stenton has been keeping an eye on her since she questioned their actions over Senator Williamson. May mentions being invited to the concept meeting the following day, which Annie is stunned about. She's worried about how the meeting will be broadcast to the world through May. When Annie leaves, May tries to tell her something, but her camera switches on, so Annie fakes a smile and heads out. The next day, Bailey proposes an idea to automatically register people to vote using their Circle profile. Several governors have already agreed to this movement. May suggests taking it a step further by requiring all voting-age citizens to register to Circle, thus requiring them to vote. Annie disagrees, but Bailey scolds her in front of everyone. May continues that they can widen what people can do with their Circle account, to allow them to pay taxes online, pay parking tickets, and everything else under one unified system. She advocates this in a way for true democracy. Annie walks out of the meeting, utterly criticizing the idea. Over the next few days, May's suggestion becomes a hot topic, with people agreeing to her idea. May finally contacts her parents, who seem solemn in the camera. They share their concerns over her transparency and how it's affecting their lives. May leads the next company meeting, where she announces that 22 nations have already approved using the Circle as mandatory for their citizens. She then introduces the new program, Soul Search, that will locate people from across the world. Using the program, they locate a fugitive that previously escaped. In minutes, the program searches across billions of cameras until they locate the fugitive at her workplace. They broadcast the fugitive getting cornered and apprehended. The audience applauds as the tearful fugitive is taken away. Next, May suggests finding a civilian to show how Soul Search can help people find a lost loved one or friend. Someone in the audience yells to find Mercer, but May hesitates. Stenton urges her to proceed, and she's concerned. Bailey steps in and approves searching for Mercer to reunite her with him. Full of concern, May activates the program to look for Mercer. Minutes later, the program broadcasts a few Circle users banging on Mercer's door. They watch Mercer sneak out and drive away, demanding to be left alone. The audience cheer as they watch Mercer get chased while sea-change cameras are installed into his truck. May tries to communicate with Mercer to calm him down, but the tense situation prevents him from hearing her voice. While driving through a bridge, a drone tries to get a shot of Mercer's face, forcing him to turn and drive off the bridge. After the incident, May retreats to her parents' home to mourn. While having dinner, they listen to a news report that legislation to mandate self-driving cars is being passed. At night, May checks her phone and sees thousands of comments expressing grief over Mercer's death. Hoping for a genuine conversation, May calls Annie, who went home to Scotland to take a break from the stress at work. Annie apologizes about Mercer's death and how she hadn't been there for May. May shares that she'll return to the Circle the next day, which angers Annie. Annie berates the Circle for getting away with breaking the laws, then invites May to hide in Scotland with her. May shares her guilt that Mercer wouldn't have died if she kept in touch with him. She wonders if they can use their technology to help prevent such things from happening again. The following day, May gets ready to return for work, but her parents highly disapprove. Her parents blame the Circle for Mercer's death, but May insists that she can help make things safer. Before coming back to work, May asks Ty for a favor. She then meets with Stenton and Bailey, who express concern about her. They then offer her a new position to work on any project she chooses. May promises to consider their offer. Then she meets with Ty in secret, who's uncovered something about the servers. Ty warns her that once she turns her camera back on, the whole world will listen to what she says about the Circle, and it could change everything. When May switches her camera on, she pretends that everything is normal. At the company meeting, Bailey proposes self-driving vehicles that will automatically stop the car upon sensing danger. He welcomes May to the stage, whom he praises for her bravery. May then brings out Stenton to the stage. She publicly thanks everyone for their support after Mercer's death. She connects Mercer's incident to his disconnection with her and the world. With this, she then proposes an unbroken connection amongst the people. May turns to Bailey and Stenton and dares them to become transparent, just as she is with the world. Bailey and Stenton are stunned by this, unable to speak as May puts sea change cameras on their clothes. Then, May announces that Ty has made all company messages and planning public, including Bailey's and Stenton's accounts. Behind them, the screen shows Bailey and Stenton's secret transactions, which are also sent to their employees' phones. The audience cheers for her while Bailey and Stenton are defeated. Stenton shuts down the power on the auditorium to stop May's presentation, but the audience hold out their phones to illuminate her. While walking out, she encourages the audience to remake the company. Days later, May kayaks alone in the lake, enjoying her freedom. But then, drones approach her and start recording her. She greets them with a smile.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.